Hey guys, welcome to Impact. So as we discussed in the previous video, we told that we'll be coming up with some upcoming videos, especially focused on UPSC mains. So in this video, we'll look at another very interesting and a slightly difficult essay topic. We'll see. I'm not going to go into the flow coherence and all, but we are going to discuss how we can elaborate on the essay and what are the discussion points. So the topic that had come this year is one of the topics is just because you have a choice doesn't mean that any of them has to be right. So this is a quote. At the look of it or the first instance, it is a slightly difficult topic, but you might find that you're being blank and that you don't remember or anything, or you don't get any few points or examples to elaborate. But a finer reading or if you are able to interpret it right, you will have many common areas or a lot of examples which any UPSC aspirant will know. So it is how you interpret. So before moving on to the discussion points, I'll just like to share my thoughts on what is the interpretation of this. So it says just because you have a choice. Now, when we are having choice, it means we are having more than one option. Now, it doesn't mean any of that options has to be right. Now, how we are telling it is right or wrong based on various ethical doctrines given by different people. For example, Gandhiji says the means end does not justify the means, whereas Chanakya says ends justify the means. So similarly, there are different schools of thought. And according to these schools of thought, they say this action is right, this action is wrong, etc. So here, just because a person, now this might be a person, this might be a community, this might be an organization, or this might be a country, or this might be at an international level organization like UN, which represents humanity as a whole also. So just because they have a choice or options, now doesn't mean any of them has to be right. Now, moving on to the discussion points. Now, introduction, how we can give an introduction, or how I have thought one way that we can give a better introduction is we can start with Edward Snowden. So Edward Snowden was a contractor. He was working for the US government. So everybody knows what he did. So the ethical choice that was lying before him was either he leaks the data, which according to his own ethical beliefs is better for the whole world, because once the issue comes out, better governments across or whoever it is exploiting the data will stop exploiting the data of privacy, and they'll stop breaching the privacy. At the same time, he is in breach of his contract. Whatever oath or what contract secrecy clauses he has signed, he has been in a breach. Now here he is having two options: either accept it, either do this, either do that, or keep mum. If he is keeping mum, some different schools of thoughts will say this, you are working in part of something which is actually doing something wrong. Again, hence what you're doing is ethically wrong. Now, if he goes out and blows up the issue, he leaks it or does something, now he is in breach of his contract, which is again an ethically wrong issue. Ethically wrong issue. Hence, here he is having two options where both the options are not right. You cannot call them both are right. So you can start with this example or any similar example, and hence you can go on and ask a question saying that, or you can put a question mark, write a question mark saying, is this right? There are also such situations wherein none of the options can be called or termed ethically right. So then you can go on, give a small philosophical backing for your introduction. Then you can elaborate using whatever discussion points that we have had. So some of the discussion points here that I have jotted down, so we'll discuss them one by one. So one is a Britain versus Japan stand during the World War II. India was under the British Empire. Britain asked for our support. So here there was a question. So different leader, one national leader said, "This is our time to break out of the British look. Let us support Japan." While the others said the competition is between two lesser evils. Both are colonial powers, but one is much more worse than the other. So let us say we will stick with this particular thing. At the same time, few leaders told, I am neither extending my full support, asking, I am not going to join the fight. I am not asking my people to join the fight. At the same time, I am not supporting Japan also. So here, if you are analyzing each and every option ethically, you will find that the option is between two lesser evils. So this is one example. Next, abortion. So let us consider there is a poor family. They are unable to raise a child. Either they can give birth to a child, leave it in an orphanage, or give it up for adoption, or whatever there is. And the other thing is to go for abortion. Now, abortion is ethically wrong in its own way. While giving birth to a child and giving it for adoption in an orphanage is ethically wrong in its own way. So again, the choice between lesser evils. And we will know currently most of the UPSC aspirants must be knowing that the age of marriage, the legally marriage is around 18 for women. But if you are looking at different tribes across the country, it is very common for teenagers to get married less than 18 years of age. So here a question arises. A lot of thought process has gone into the government into this decision: population control, better maternal health, more education for girls, and all that on one side, and the other side, cultural aspects on the other side. What about tribes? They have their own culture, their own identity. Why should someone come and intervene? Or why can't we live as per our own thing? So this is on the other side. Next, voting and democracy. Now let us imagine there are two political parties. Both are corrupt. There has been instances of corruption everywhere. It has been proven that in this case is going on, another party this case is going on, etc., etc. Now you have to vote. So question here is, if you are voting for either of them, is it right? Or are you choosing something as a lesser evil? For now, this is the better option. But does that make your action ethically right? It's again a question mark. Next scenario, war. Let us say one country is attacking the other. The other country will naturally be forced to defend itself. Either if it is not attacking, it is difficult, it is letting its own soldiers die or people die. If it is attacking, it again is going to cause more and more destruction on both sides. So here, anyhow, there is a loss of life. So what do you do? So this option again, choice, whatever you choose, it is difficult or it is there is an ethical question whether it is right. Next, how states deal with rebellion. Let us say there is an internal rebellion. Now, if you are dealing it with arms, again, you are committing violence, and mostly if it is an internal rebellion, they are your own citizens. If you're not doing it, again, people will hit you back. They will continue to eat away the apparatus. So as Gandhi says, violence in any form cannot be justified. Hence, if you're fighting, it is not justified. If you're not fighting, it's another school of thought, it is not again justified because you are not saving your own people. The concept of nuclear deterrence. So even though countries like us, India, we have developed a nuclear deterrent strictly on a peaceful manner, a lot of other smaller countries have been developing the nuclear deterrence as a means, or as they say, it is to stop war, or it is to project power to a powerful country so that they stop intervening here. But take something on a larger scale. and see, first, how many countries had nuclear power. Now, how much has that proliferated into today? Around more than 10 countries, around 10 countries have nuclear power, or a little more than that. So over a period of time, it is only slowly proliferating. Hence, it is not promoting disarmament, but it is promoting armament. So if you are the head of a country, what option would you choose? The same logic goes for a space command. Some countries have been coming up with it. So far, space purportedly was used only for peaceful purposes, but slowly it is being starting to weaponize. So if you are a country's head, will your choice be to sit and let things happen, or would you be forced to militarize and get your assets ready? Next, doctor assisted suicide. Let us take a case wherein a person is in a coma. Now, he either can live just like that in a coma, or he can go for a doctor assisted suicide. If you are letting him live like that, which let us say that person would never have liked, he would have wanted this, he would have wanted to die peacefully. At the same time, if you are choosing this option, a doctor assisted suicide, it is again you are assisting someone in taking a life, which again is ethically wrong. So these are all some of the discussion points. I'm sure you all know these discussion points. These are very common things. So these are all some of the discussion points which you can use to justify your this particular topic. Doesn't mean any of these choices has to be right. It has to be ethically right. Now, let us say you're going beyond and you have to make your essay a bit more analytical. So some of the discussion points which can say, even though we had some choices, there has been some instances where people have gone out of that box, come up with very innovative solutions, which has actually promoted peace, which you can actually tell this is ethically right. So first one is our wonderful policy of non-alignment. They gave a choice. You join us or you join them. We told we are not joining anybody. We will not align with anybody, and we'll promote international peace. Next, RCEP. They said you join us or you will be missing the bus. We told if you are doing that, we have some issues. If you're not doing it, we have some of the other issues. But yes, we took a stand saying that we will not join for now until our issues are resolved. Once our issues are resolved, we'll think about joining the bloc again. In the meantime, we will pursue our own economic interest bilaterally and multilaterally in other forums. NATO versus SCO. So this can be currently termed as two blocks. Again, it is similar to non-alignment. But here we have not told them we won't join here and here. We have told them we will do what is required here. We will also be part of what is required here. And ultimately, we will promote our national interest and also international peace. Next, chemical and biological weapons convention. So earlier we were talking about the nuclear deterrent. But this is a similar class of weapon, which is a weapon of mass destruction. Yet here, the world has come together and they have destroyed this stockpile and they have told we won't be using it anywhere. So this is some of the areas where people have come out of their choices and they have took some action, which is ethically right. Next point. Let us take an example of a rare disease wherein a treatment causes lakhs and crores. Now there is a question. Let us say a pharmaceutical company has developed it. Now he knows most of the people who have this disease does not have the paying capacity to pay for this. Now the question is whether you let another person die just because he cannot pay. On the other hand, you have invested so much and so much money for your development of your product. Will it be justified or is it ethical for your company to give it at such a low price? So here, a lot of governments across the world have come up with their own policies of supporting this. Yes, it is difficult for him to pay. He also has to be justified. let us have a win-win situation. Government will have sponsor this, take up this cost. So these are some of the discussion points for the essay. So we have seen areas or examples where both the choices were not ethically right, completely ethically right. Sometimes it's a choice between the lesser of the two evils. And we have also seen some instances wherein people, countries have moved out of those choices and they have come up and they have told, no, this is what is we going to do, which can also be termed ethically right. So that's all for this video, guys. Stay tuned for upcoming videos on UPSC mains. Thank you.